Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kylie and for today's video we're going to do my autumnal book haul. I've got quite a few books that were sitting stacked up that I needed to talk about, so and get them back on to my shelf, to my to be read shelf. So without further ado, let's get into the books. Book I'd like to talk about is the Limerick books I got for September, and this was Empire of the Vampire. Look at those beautiful sprayed stenciled edges. These are absolutely gorgeous. I'll just hold this up. You've got the castle, you've got the bats, the birds, the forest. That's so cool. This is an inside. And here, I showed this before my Limerick unboxing, but they've got absolutely gorgeous foiled knitted hardback there. And of course, it's signed by Jacob Stoff. I don't know too much about this. You might hear this quite a lot, but I'll read the blurb anyway. It has been 27 long years since the last sunrise. For nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their external empire even as they tear down our own. Now only a few sparks of light endure in a sea of darkness. Gabriel de Leon, half man, half monster, and last remaining Silver Saint, a sworn brother of the Holy Silver Order, dedicated to defending the realm from creature of the night that all stands in him between the world and its end. Now imprisoned by the very monster vows to destroy, the last of Silver Saint is forced to tell his story, a story of legendary battles and forbidden love, and faith, loss, friendship won, wars of blood, and the forever kin, and the quest to humanity remains hope, the Holy Grail. I didn't know it was about the Holy Grail. So, okay, that sounds really good. I can't wait to read it. If I can squeeze it in this month, I will be saying that about a few books here. I will, but it is quite a chunker, so we'll see. If not, I'll be trying to read it in next month in November. Next few books I would like to talk about is one I got for birthday presents, and the first set would be that I got from my other half, and these are the beautifully illustrated editions of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is pretty much my second favourite book, including The Hobbit. Although I don't like The Hobbit just quite as much as Lord of the Rings, although I do love this series as a whole. My absolute favourite of these, as you probably can tell by my the picture that on my profile, is The Fellowship of the Ring. I absolutely adore that story. These are beautiful. They are illustrated. I will try and get one out. In fact, we'll get The Fellowship out to show you. I'm not going to explain what Lord of the Rings is as much, but basically it's Frodo Baggins finds a ring, one ring to rule them all, and it's basically his journey with a band of friends, unlikely friends, and their journey to destroy it. It's a big epic fantasy, pretty much one of the granddaddies of fantasy. These are beautiful. This is very autumnal as well, so if I can squeeze this in, beautifully illustrated maps of Middle Earth, which is the place that's beautiful. These are gorgeous. I can't wait to actually read from these editions. They're stunning. There's another one there. That's beautiful. I love these, and I can't wait to read them. Again, one of my favourite series of all time. I can't get enough of them. They're absolutely stunning. So thank you very, very much to my other half for buying me these. These are very precious. Hence the pun. Next books I got were from my friend Carl. He got me Pet by Araki Ameze. This is basically set in a world where there are no monsters, not anymore, children on the city of Lucille have been taught Jam and her best friend Redemption have grown up with this lesson all their lives. But when Jam meets Pet, she begins to question what she was told. Pet has come to hunt the evil lurking in Redemption's house. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Again, it's very short. I'm looking forward to reading this. Again, this could probably fit a prompt. I'm reading at the moment just over 200 pages, unfortunately. But yeah, or is it? It's just over 200 pages, damn it. But yes, this I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard this is slightly dystopian as well, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this. The next book he got me was If Cats Disappear from the World. I've seen this about, and it's like between that and the Travelling Cat articles, I get feeling this is going to be a wee bit of a tearjerker. I believe this is translated Japanese fiction, and the blurb is, "What would you sacrifice for an extra day of life? The devil picked the moment to announce his usual cheerful manner. The next item that he make his day. Could think about anything anymore." So I said like that. At the point he thought it could be happened, my cat Cabbage had never crossed my mind. Please don't let cats disappear from the world, but this sounds amazing, and I really want to read more Japanese fiction, so I'm really looking forward to this. Next book he got me is Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. This is meant to be LBGT. I think it's a historical fiction. I don't know much about it. I really love the cover. I'll read the blurb anyway. It's 1937, the suburbs of East London. Jean Sweeney is a journalist in a local paper, trapped in a life of duty and disappointment from which there is no likely escape. When a young man, Gretchen Tilbury, contacts the paper to claim that her daughter is the result of virgin birth, it's down to Jean to discover whether miracle or fraud. As the investigation turns her quiet life inside out, Jean is suddenly given an unexpected chance of friendship, love, possibly happiness, but there will eventually be a price to pay. Yes, that sounds really good. A very, very intriguing little bit of a mystery there, which I'm starting to really like mysteries. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one. The next books weren't exactly, they were just gifts. They weren't birthday presents, but they were given to me by my good friend Silver, and he got me A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I've heard this is really, really sad. I've heard this makes people cry. I read the blurb about this. An extraordinary novel, Love, Loss and Hope. Connor has the same dream every night ever since his mum first fell ill. Ever since she started the treatments that don't quite seem to be working. But tonight is different. Tonight is where he wakes. There's a visitor at his window. It's ancient, elemental and force of nature. And it wants the most dangerous thing of all time, Connor. It wants the truth. It kind of sounds sad but I have heard so many things that is sad. But yes, I'm again looking forward to reading this. The next book that he got me was, as well, very kindly, was Ben Atwood's Rivers of London, and I believe this is an urban fantasy. I'll read the blurb because I don't really know that much about it. This is London, if you've never seen it before, a city of wonders and terrors, and a city of ancient secrets, which is haunted by its past. A city where you're never far from magic. A city Peter Grant will help you discover. My name is Peter Grant. I used to be a provincially constable in the mighty army of justice known as All Right Thinking People as the Metropolitan Police Service, and to everyone else known as Filth. My story reel starts when I tried to take the witness statement for a man who's already dead. So another kind of murder mystery kind of thing, like fantasy. interesting. I love that this is floppy. It's so cool. But yeah, thank you very much, Silver, and thank you, Carl, and my other half for these awesome books. Next, we're going to do all the books I bought myself. First off, we'll probably do all the pre-orders as well. I got last, or the third Frost Heart book. I'm really looking forward to this. And I'm not going to go over this again. I've explained this too many times. But I'm taking part in Frost Heart Along, hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. It's one of his favourite series. I can see why. I've read the first two. I loved them. It's basically following Ash, who is a song weaver in this like post-apocalyptic world where everything is snow, and he can talk to these creatures called these snow monsters, like kind of swim in this snow ocean, which is snow instead of water, but you can talk to them, and this is quite fair because it can go both ways. The Leviathan can control song weavers, and that's why they are feared. He was outcast by his outpost for this. He's on a journey to find his parents because they left and never came back on a mission one day. And it's basically his journey to find out who he is. I can't wait to see what the conclusion is of this story. I hope I don't cry, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. The next pre-order I got was The Last Graduate. This is the second book in the Scholomance series by Noah Novak. I have not read the first one. I tend to get this first, but I wanted to get this gorgeous edition. I was hoping to read the first one this month, but I really like the look of this. This is basically a dark academia kind of magic school kind of thing, where basically the school is trying to kill you. So it's all about that. And this is a beautiful, beautiful Waterstones edition with the stenciled and green suede edges. Let's have a look at it. Absolutely beautiful naked hair pack. But yes, I'm really looking forward to having a go at both books for that. Two books are by the same author. One was a pre-order, one was actually a re-release. The first was Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Garcia, and the beautiful ones as well. I pre-ordered this one, is regarding, I think it's about vampires, and this one, I believe, I think this is set, I'll read the blurb on this, these are the beautiful ones, Louis' most notable society. The next book I got was actually a special edition of a book that one of my favourite books as well, and that is Sabriel by Gareth Nix. This is the beautiful 20th anniversary edition, and this was one of my first favourite fancies I ever read. I saw this edition, absolutely loved it. I love this book. I love the series in general. My actually favourite book as well is the next book in the series called Lirio. This is part of the Old Kingdom series by Gareth Nix. The first three books are Sabriel, Lirio, and Arbor Horton, and then there is a prequel and a sequel from then, and I think there's a short stories as well. I've got them, I haven't read them. I'm planning on rereading them. But anyway, I reread this recently, and not in this edition, and discovered my real love of this series. This basically follows Sabriel. She is basically the daughter of Arbor Horton, and one day she is basically there's this world where there's two sides of a wall. There's the Old Kingdom, where all the magic is. There's both charter magic, which is basically the structured magic, essentially the good magic, and also then you have free magic, where it isn't necessarily bad, but just a lot of bad creatures do use it, and it's wee bit more unstable. Her father is the Aberhorsen. She has been sent like north of the wall, where it basically is the like there is not that much magic. It is, if there are magic, it is charter magic, and not much of it is taught. But she is in a school, basically, safe there. But one day her father comes to her, or like he comes on beyond basically the dead, because he is an Aberhorsen, and the Aberhorsen is basically protector of the living. He keeps the dead from running amok. He is what you would essentially a necromancer, but a good one. He's kind of like, he uses charter magic instead of the free magic as well. But he basically brings order to the world, and he has been dragged into death, basically, and it's up to Sabriel to go and find him and save him. But he gives her his bells, and the bells are what are used to like control the dead. This is a really good story. She is basically being chased by the dead, but along the way she does make a couple of friends, including a cat, or is he, called Malget, and he's one of my favourite characters. He's so sarcastic. He's brilliant. But yes, I love this series. I would love if the rest of the ones were done in a special edition, but for now I'm absolutely loving this edition. I think this is Australian edition, but I love the look of this one better. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing the rest of the series on this. The next two books that I got, one was a pre-order, one was just a pickup. And these are by the same author. This I picked up The Beautiful Ones and Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Mara Garcia. I previously read Mexican Gothic by her, really liked it, and I love her kind of gothic look of magical realism. I believe this one was pre-ordered. This came out recently, and this is involving a world with vampires. I am absolutely loving this cover. This is just beautiful. It gives like complete Blade Runner vibes. I'll give you the blurb on this one, and then I'll give you the blurb on this one. Welcome to Mexico City is an oasis of sea of vampires. Domingo, a lonely garbage collector street kid, is just trying to survive. It's a healthy place streets when a jaded vampire on the run swoops into his life. Atto, the descendant of the Aztec bloodline drinkers, is smart and beautiful and very dangerous. Domino is mesmerized. Arthur needs to escape to the city quickly to get far away from the rival of Nakar, a vampire clan, wastely pursuing her. Her plan doesn't include Domino, but a little by little she finds herself warming to this scrappy young man and his unclaiming charm. As the trail of corpses stretches behind her, the local cops, crime bosses, and both start closing in. Vampires, humans, cops, and criminals collide in the dark streets of Mexico City, and Atto, Domino, and stand little chance of making it out alive before the city devours them, but what they're determined to try. So yes, I'm really, really, really looking forward to reading that complete up mystery. It's quite short as well. I think horror books are quite short, so I will be trying to squeeze this in somewhere. And the next one I got, I think this was a re-released book. I think this one of our first that came before Mexican Gothic. But this one is The Beautiful Ones. That is just a stunning cover. I'll read the blurb on this because I do not know what it's about. They are the beautiful ones, Lucio's most notable societies. In the spring, Nina joined her ranks, but Nina has always struggled to control her telekinesis. Malicious neighbours call her the Wild Witch, or The Witch of Old House, and even though the grand season has only just begun, her debut into high society has already gone disastrously awry. Then a new rival in town offers from Hereford of and his world-renowned entertainer who uses his own technical talent to perform for myriad audiences around the globe. Nina is dazzled by Hector, for he sees her not as witch but ripe for potential under tillage. Nina's magic blossoms, and so does her love. Okay, yeah, that's completely not what I expected. I didn't think there would be telekinesis in this. I'll just check as well. 300 pages, so yeah, it's quite short actually. Her book seems to me quite short, but I'm really looking forward to that. The next few books I got as the part of the same series. I've previously got the first two, and I want to read through these for spooky season or at any other times, basically. And this is, I got the remaining Amelia Fang books. I previously talked about these last month. I got the first and the fifth or something like that. I just got the remainder ones. And this involves a little vampire girl and her adventures in this little sweet little arcade. The illustrations in this are so fun. I was want to try and get some of these read this month, but they're so cute. I'll just read one of the blurbs in it. It's Amelia Fang's a big birthday party, and she's very excited by the creatures Nocturne as acting stage, and no one can see to them remember anything for even Amelia's party. Has someone stolen their memories? Can Amelia find out why and save her friends and family before they have forgotten who she is? Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I especially love that one with the kittens, with the naughty catacorns. Love that there's catacorns, and there's a unicorn lord. I love that. That's so cool. These just look a load of fun, and I can't wait to read them. The next book I got was Black Sun by Rebecca Rhydehouse. I've heard so much good this. I believe this is to do with the solstice and crows. It's been highly recommended. I've heard that Rule from Wandering for Worlds really like this as well. I've seen quite a few people really like this. I have heard so many good things, and look how floppy this is as well. I'll read the blurb. In the holy city of Tova, the winter solstice is usually a time of celebration and renewal, but this year it coincided with a solar eclipse, a rare celestial event provided by the sun praise and unbalancing of the world. Meanwhile, a ship launches from a distant city bound for Tova and sets to ride the solstice. The captain of the ship, Zaya, is its disgraced cheek, whose song can calm the waters around her easily as it can wrap the man's mind. Her ship carries one passenger, described as harmless. The passenger, Sepia, is a young man, blind, scared, and cloaked in destiny. As Zayla well knows, the man is described as harmless, as usually ends up being a villain. I'm really looking forward to this. But yes, I'm really looking forward to that. The next book I got, actually, was a complete cover buy. And that is This One Sky Day. I've been told this is magical realism, but kind of like speculative fiction. Apparently, this author has been took out like this was like 15 years in the making as well, and I've heard really good things about this. And this is the reason why I got this. It has graffiti sprayed edges. This is amazing. Even if this book turns out to be not that great, I really just love this edition. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll have a look under the dust jacket. It's just absolutely lovely purple, but I kind of like that. I believe this book was called something else, and I'll read the blurbs. I think it was in the US, it's called Popstica, and I think it's been released here later in the UK. But I'll read the blurb, and it sounds kind of speculative fiction dystopian to me. Dawn breaks across the archipelago of Popsicle. The world is stirring awake again, each resident has their own list of things to do. A wedding feast to conjure the cook, a cheating husband discover a lost soul to set free. The sun rises, two star-crossed lovers try to find a second chance at abiding love. When night falls, all have been given a gift, and many are longer the same. The sky is pink, and some wonder will ever be blue again. So it does have that feeling of dread kind of thing. So what's going to happen kind of thing. Because the back part is what it's interesting. She kicked out seaweed, tangled her ankle. A salty wave smacked her in the face as she gulped, sputtered, laughed, spat, sniffed, and began to swim again. She might have been moving through perfume. This calm deception would be leaving her soon. She felt that, but she could hold on to a while longer to this hope that everything was good. She took another face of brine and giggled under the darkening sky. It seemed outrageous to feel happy, but she was. Very intriguing, very intriguing. I do love this, honestly. So many beautiful books in the world, and so interesting, by the synopsis. So, but yes, I am looking forward to reading that. Okay, the last few books, there's ones I got in Edinburgh while I was on a trip with my friends. We did a bit of book shopping. The books I brought up, the first two were like the next two and the Mistborn series. I previously have the first book, which I believe is I Love of Loy. I'm due to try and read that this month. While I was there, I picked up the next two in the series. These are quite short compared to the first era. These are the second era. This basically is about, I think, 200 years from the ending of the first Mistborn series, and this has a more kind of, I've been told, kind of Western feel, possibly steampunk feel about it. Full characters wax and wane. So I don't really know too much about it, other than the fact that the first book basically is about these characters in this world where they have allomancy, which is basically this superpower like thing where if you are born with it, you can ingest like little bits of metal in vials, and that's basically gives you certain superpowers. For example, you can pull metal, you can help control and manipulate people's minds or their emotions, and it's all about that basically. And I've heard this is kind of more Western kind of take on it. So yes, really looking forward to reading more of the Cosmere. Hopefully I should get to this at the end of the year or into next year. So yes, really looking forward to those. I always love a little bit of Brandon Sanderson. And the other book I picked up from that trip was My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I believe this is possibly the first book, I can't remember. But Grady Hendrix has been known to do kind of quirky horror. I love the fact that this is old-fashioned VHS tape. I do remember these set in the 80s. I love the fact that it has that pop culture. I love the back of this. This is just the attention to detail on it. I've been wanting to read Grady Hendrix for a while. This is basically about a high school sophomore. Abby and Gretchen had been best friends since fourth grade, but after evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act differently. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening wherever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time her story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question. Is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? Like an entirely hybrid beaches and the excess, My Best Friend blends a teen angst, isolates drama, unspeakable horrors, and a mix of 80s pop songs and pulse-pounding supernatural thriller. So this really sounds really good. I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard so much good things about this. The other book I want to read is by is Horror Store. So we'll see how this goes, if I enjoy this. I just love the format of it, and look how floppy it is. Yes, we do like that. So yes, looking forward to that. I just put that there. Quite a stack there. I'm not going to lift these up after this. And the last book I got was another pre-order, and also another series I really enjoyed that I read last Christmas. And that is the next book in the Christmasaurus series by Tom Fletcher, The Christmasaurus and the Naughty List. This sounds so magical. I read the first two books, The Christmasaurus and The Christmasaurus and the Winter Witch. This is the third book in the series. I don't know if there'll be any more of them, but this is absolutely stunning. I'm really looking forward to this. And look at the beautiful illustrations of the Christmasaurus. Saurus is basically a special dinosaur. His basically one day the elves discover this egg that got frozen in the ice, and that basically out popped the Christmasaurus, who is kind of a flying, kind of icicle magical dinosaur, basically. And yeah, it's basically has stories from there. I would highly recommend this. It's so whimsical, so fantastic, and it's a perfect Christmas read. I love this series. I was actually thought this. I ordered this from Waterstones, and actually the price of it, I thought it would be as a paperback. The hardback came, and I was so happy. I was like, I did not expect the hardback. I was thinking that was going to be a paperback. But yeah, it came to the hardback. I just love these illustrations. They're so cool. I'll give you another go at them. He's so cute. I absolutely love the Christmasaurus. I'm also love dinosaurs, so this was why this. So I'm really looking forward to read. This is a definite read for Christmas for me. Absolutely love it. Love that. Love Tom Fletcher's writing. But yes, that's the last book I got. That's quite a stack. And that's all the books. That's quite a stack. I'm not even going to attempt to lift all these up. There is quite a lot here. But yeah, if you've read any of the books, please let me know. I'd like to know which ones are any good, which ones I should maybe prioritise. Let me know which one, any of these are your favourite books, if you really like them, or if you didn't like them. Leave me comments in below. If you got this far, please leave me a little, in fact, leave me a little dinosaur or a little snowflake for the Christmasaurus. But if you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, any of this content, just hit that little bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.